Y'all, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, the American people, okay, they are telling all their business. They are letting the paychecks be known, telling us, oops, sorry about that, telling us that they do not make enough, basically. Like, I remember a time where people did not tell their business about how much they made. You didn't talk about your paycheck. You didn't talk about politics. You didn't talk about religion. But now everybody want to discuss everything and tell all their business. Let's listen to the people and see what they got to say. Okay.
How much you guys think I make at McDonald's? 2 weeks.
Unfortunately, I don't think you make a lot. I'm going to say about 2 weeks. I don't know your hourly wage, but I'm going to say you pull in about 15, 1200 $600 a week. I'm gonna say for 2 weeks you got about $1,200 a week.
I'm a manager. Don't let my shirt fool you. We don't make shit. Me and my husband were both managers at McDonald's. And for 2 weeks, I only bring home, where's it at? $1,100.
$1,100. I was close. I said 1,200 for 2 weeks. That's not a lot of money at all, especially to be a manager. Come on, McDonald's. You serve a billion burgers a day, right? Ain't that what the sign say, or am I tripping? Y'all can't pay y'all people a little bit more, especially the managers? Seriously.
That's 2 weeks. So in as manager. And
But I will say, with it being her and her husband, and she said 1,100, that's 2,200 every 2 weeks for two people. But they probably got kids though. But that's not bad. That's not bad.
in a full month of working, I bring in what, 2,400?
So with your husband, that's 4,800. That's about 5,000, almost 5,000 a month. Well, that's not bad. It is bad because stuff is so high, but it's not terrible, right? But it does suck. I ain't even gonna lie.
People are always like, why are you guys so broke? Just our rent alone is $1,500. Our car payment is $500. My car insurance, because I was an irresponsible addict for so long, that's like $400 a month.
And that's the problem. Okay, I'm gonna let it play. The rent is ridiculous right now, right? And then insurance is such a scam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all can say what you want, but if you get into an accident, whatever. Okay, just because more than likely, especially if you only got liability, you're gonna have to pay a deductible in order to even get anything started to pay anything. You pay these companies hundreds of dollars a month, and then for what? Now, if you got full coverage, possibly, if something happens, then they'll fix it and you won't have to pay nothing. You get a check cut. But other than that, rip off. I'm sorry.
We live in Phoenix, Arizona. My electric bill is like $200 a month. If you guys just add up like our regular bills, we only have like a $300-400 median after that. We still have to grocery shop, gas, have money to live. We don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. My husband makes a little bit more money than I do. A tiny bit. Not much. We do get these $5 bonuses every now and then if people do these receipts.
$5 bonus. Really, McDonald's? That's all you could do is a $5 bonus for a survey?
$15. Either way, have a good day.
Hi, you guys. So it's currently, I think, like 8:45, 8:41.
Okay, we got us a doctor here, so it should be good. It should be good. School, medical school, education. Okay, let's see.
I just got home from a shift, and I got my first residency paycheck. So I figured I'd come on camera and open it with you guys. So here goes nothing, I guess. Let's see. They got all these whatchamacallits here. Okay.
Where they still cutting checks at? I would love to have a check cut instead of direct deposit.
And here we go. First look.
I hope you're hungry.
And
For nothing.
okay. Okay, so gross earnings is $2,227.68. Net pay is $1,774.26.
I will just say taxes are a ripoff as well. And if you look it up on TikTok, I trust TikTok more than I trust Google, by the way. Sounds crazy, but true. Taxes are voluntary. Look it up if you don't believe me. Don't at me. Okay. Look it up. And actually dig and it's a voluntary system. If we all just stopped, the mountains we could move.
Not horrible. Is this for 40 hours? I don't know how much this is for. Okay, so it has my hourly rate. My hourly rate is $39.78. I don't know how many hours this is for though.
Girl, you don't know how to read a paycheck? You a doctor and you don't know how to read a paycheck? It says for just 1 week plus 2 days of orientation. That's not really a lot. I mean, granted, she probably just starting, but please, them student loans can eat that up. I mean, come on now. It's nurses making more than that. I seen a clip of a nurse making $140 an hour. I mean, she probably got a lot of experience. It's a gnat that's flying around that's driving me insane. That's ghetto all up and through my video. But either way, it's like, seriously, $1,700 for a week. It's truck drivers that make more than that.
In total. So maybe I'll have to do some math or read the email that they sent. But yeah, this is kind of exciting. My first ever residency paycheck. And the only reason why it's hard copy is because we don't have anything set up yet. But yeah, see you guys.
I guess the more experience she gets, the more money she gonna make. But you would think even starting out at residency, because they're still practicing, you would think it would be more than that. But that's the system for you.
See you guys next time.
I got paid $9.49 and my bills equal $9.74.
That really sucks because usually the people that make less, they are working the hardest.
So I literally work to pay my bills. I never have money for groceries, barely. Sometimes maybe $90 if I'm lucky. I'm gonna have to go to the food pantry again, which is fine. I'm really blessed to have access to that. But I just wish that work meant something. Like, I wish I had enough. Like, I don't even have enough to cover my bills. So now I can only pay half of my power bill. Hopefully they don't want to freaking shut it off on me.
No, girl, it's fine. We all been there. Sometimes you just got to put a little something on them bills. Just a little something to keep them off your back, okay? But here's the thing. When you're struggling like that, especially if you don't have kids, you have to go and do something. Get some sort of, I wouldn't say certificate, some sort of trade, something like that. Hell, go drive a truck. I got a trucking license, CDL. I mean, I have yet to really dive into it, but me and my husband went to go get it. He's driving it, and I'm chilling for now. But you have to do something to get yourself out of that hole, because these little piddly jobs, it's not going to do it for you. You're always going to struggle.
Like, people talking about get a different job, it doesn't just work like that. I get 10 hours of sick a month and 10 hours of annual. My daughter has health conditions and I constantly have to be out of work. If I worked any other job, I'd be fired because I would have already taken 7 days off. They fire you if you need more time off.
See, that's the issue, right? And this is why women need to learn their bodies, okay? And learn when they can and cannot get pregnant. And, you know, you have to figure things out. Like, get stable with yourself before you oopsie daisy have a baby, you know, so that you're not struggling like this.
Because we're economic slaves. We work for this economy, but this economy doesn't work for us. Most of us are old, retired, living off of disability and security, complaining about not having enough. That's the American dream. All of us living off of the government, upset. Yeah, okay. And I don't get assistance because they say I make too much.
And making too much can literally be like $20 over the amount that they've come up with and set. Ain't that crazy?
I definitely made too much this check. I have enough for the groceries and then some, huh? Like, if I could just skip my bills, I'd have enough money to go get my car taken care of. Like, fuck the bills. Let me just go freaking get my oil changed, my tires rotated, my brakes done, my alignment fixed, my steering column fixed. Like, that would be great. especially because my car eats 2 quarts of oil every 500 miles. So I have to constantly put oil in it because I was scammed from my car dealership. I was like just wanting to get groceries this check, honestly.
And also, this America is set up now for a 2-income household, period, point blank. You're not gonna make it without one, and it sucks if you're a single mom, single parent, whatever. But shoot, these days you got to stick together, okay, and figure it out and make it work, because rent alone is ridiculous.
Do y'all know that the average American doesn't have any money left over, if but maybe $200 or $300 left after they get paid every 2 weeks or every month? Did y'all know that?
Yes, girl, we know.
I'm sorry, but that I literally feel like drive me to voluntary homelessness. I would volunteer to be homeless. There's no way they'd have me out here working for anybody and I can't live life after I pay bills. Y'all can have these bills back. Take the car, take the crib. You can have it. Listen, I'm going to be homeless on the streets before I dare. Because, see, the way I'm set up, my Father which art in heaven would never have that be my portion. That's not my portion. There's no way that paying bills and not having any money left over to really exist, that's not my portion. That's not my portion. And I feel like if that doesn't motivate you and inspire you to get out here and go make some money, make more money. See, the problem with us nowadays is not that we don't know how to make money. It's just that we need to make more money. Find ways to make more money. Stop making excuses.
Well, the thing is, the one job just ain't enough no more. You have to have a job and a side hustle, or 2 jobs. And I don't see how you can have 2 jobs because it's too much time. You'll be at work more than you at home. The home that you're paying, you're overpaying for these days, So it's like you really can't win. But listen, I truly believe it's never going to happen. If everybody said we're not paying the electric companies no more, we're not paying the gas company no more, we're not paying for water no more. If everybody could stick together and do that, I guarantee you they would have to change something. But nobody's going to do that because everybody's scared. And we're too divided. We're too divided as well.
You need to be trying to be the president of the United States before you stop trying to find a new job. Listen, if you got to switch jobs every single 2 weeks, then that's what you got to do. May the best salary win. Thank you.
But ma'am, technically a job is not the answer. You're going to have to go to school. You're going to have to get a trade. You're going to have to get a degree, a certificate, something, because a regular job just ain't going to cut it. Somebody that's able to hop from job to job to job, they're not going to be able to elevate their salary, their hourly wage. It's just not possible. You have to have some sort of skill in order to increase your hourly rate.
All right, y'all. This is the brother here that used to work at Walmart. He said, I left Walmart after 3 months. My checks never had made it past $1,500 bi-weekly. That's terrible. That's terrible.
First of all, let me say, I used to work at Walmart, right? I made $8.25. I'm 41 years old. When I was 19, I lived on my own. That's how you know the economy is crazy, right? I lived on my own. My check was $500. It was like 4 something every 2 weeks, which sounds insane. $500 if I worked for a few extra hours, right? And I literally had a car payment, $167, and my rent was $367. Like, I had an apartment and a car, and my paychecks was only $500 every 2 weeks. Isn't that insane? That sounds unbelievable right now. Can't do nothing with that now.
I'm sorry the brother had to go through that. That's similar. That reminds me on when I first moved down to Charlotte, I had got on with Walmart. I had got on with Carvana. Carvana was paying me $1,800 every 2 weeks. I went to my boss and told him I'm about to leave. This ain't no money. I was telling my boss, like, I'm from Ohio. I was making at least 14 to 15 every week. He's home every day. So I just couldn't. They was trying to get me to work overtime. I can't do that. So long story short, there are people out here that actually work at Walmart, will actually tell you the truth of what they experienced there. Now I want to see what these drivers are going to say about this brother in his experience working at Walmart. I bet he lying. It ain't what I'm doing. Right. This is a brother that used to work there. He gave him 3 months. That's enough time to figure out if this is the job I want to be at or not. 3 months. Man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you.
I'm pretty sure they were talking about trucking because I've seen that guy before on TikTok and he's actually sitting in a truck right now. But that's insane too. And that's the thing. I thought Walmart was a better paying company for truck driving. Like, I've seen people talk about how great the pay is, but when you first start out at trucking companies, they want to pay you pennies. So that's an issue when these companies have so much money, but they literally want to pay you pennies, especially when you first start out and don't really have no experience, which is insane to me because you would think you would want to keep people as they continue to gain their experience. But that's insane, especially if this guy was over the road. You're literally living over the road and you're only making $1,500 every 2 weeks. What can somebody do with that? I mean, you literally are driving like 11 hours a day. The clock has 11 hours a day of drive time, and you usually are literally driving that whole time. And it's like, that's all I'm going to get? I could be at home for that. It's sleeping in my bed instead of this little tiny ass truck.
People are always saying that the average American makes $45,000 a year. Where does the average American work?
Right.
I want to make $45,000 a year. Are you kidding me? The most I have ever made is $30,000 in a year. Where are these people working that they're making $45,000? Like, don't just tell me that they're making $45,000 a year. Where do they work? Is their job hiring? I need more details. Like, where are they getting these numbers from? I don't think I know anybody in my life who is making $45,000 a year. Like, that is insane. I think that's like the average, only because like there's literal billionaires who are making like so much in a year that like regular people, they're like, oh, the average is 45,000. The average person, I would say, probably makes like 30,000, like 35,000. Like, you're not making $45,000 an hour on like a $15 an hour fast food salary. Like, where are the people who are making $45,000 a year? Where are they working? Are they hiring? Tell me that, America!
This is why the average American is struggling and complaining about wages and the cost of living. Here's the math. There's about 80 million Americans making $50,000 or less. And these are essential jobs that we need to operate this entire country. And they are being underpaid. $50,000 after taxes, 401k, and health insurance is $2,900 a month take-home pay in 2026. Let's say they find an apartment with utilities for $1,500 a month. Let's say they
an apartment with, I should have seen what year this video was made. Well, he said 2026. I'm sorry. Where I live at, you cannot find no apartment for $1,500 with utilities included. No, you can find a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for $1,500 on top of your utilities. I don't know where this guy is living at.
do a perfect budget of $100 a week for groceries. They don't eat out. They don't do DoorDash. They are perfect when it comes to their food. $400. Let's say they get a used car well below the average for $300 to get them back and forth on their 45-minute commute. Then they have $150 for car insurance, $150 for gas, $150 for cell phone and internet, and $100 for personal care. Leaves them with $150. And they have no student loans and no credit cards. How is somebody in America in 2026 who is financially perfect, zero debt, investing in their 401k, budgeting to the dime, has $150 left over? How do they go on dates? How do they travel? God forbid, what if someone passes away in their family and they have to go travel out of state to the funeral, or a friend is getting married?
That's the thing. Let's be real. They don't want you doing any of that. They want you stuck in this freaking rat race, working to pay bills, too exhausted to try anything else, too exhausted to, in order to try anything else to make more money so that you can do things and get out of that dead end job. This is exactly the setup of it. The Matrix, I think, is what they call it.
They would have to put that on a credit card. We have built an economy that if you're perfect, you still have to have a second job in order to make progress. And it's so exhausting to hear people just throw out these things. Would you ever think about cutting your expenses? What are you going to cut? This person is perfect. The wages have to go up, or we need to cut taxes on the first $100,000 and allow people to keep their money. Our generation got fucked. Hence the reason I wrote the book, Generation Fucked, How Millennials and Gen Zs Were Robbed of the American Dream and How We Can Fix Our Futures. The pre-orders are now available. It comes out July 14th. You can grab a copy of my profile. I go over so many things that happened over the past 50 years that led to this wealth inequality, from stock buybacks to private equity to the national debt to the cost of living crisis, wages, and solutions for policies and independent things that we can all do to reclaim the American dream and make it work for us.
Yeah, go check his book out. I don't know his name. I'm sure it was on the screen. I can't see it from here. But yeah, this all was done strategically. It was purposely done. They're collapsing the freaking country. And hey, what can you do about it? If we don't band together and do something, it's not anything. Nothing's going to happen.
All right. Oh, yes. It's payday, baby. Light's still working. We're going to need that. I mean, yeah, that's cool. You know, yeah, got to keep the lights on. That's fine. Hey, we just sent you a text. We know you got it because your phone's still on. So we're going to need that. Yeah, definitely.
$110 for one cell phone bill. Like, the house phone didn't even cost that much, but now we got a phone we can keep in our pocket, and you got to pay $100 a month for it, and it's causing issues with your health. Keep that in mind. But I ain't the one to gossip, so you ain't heard that from me.
Definitely need the phone. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, we want to know real quick, man. How you liking the car? Yeah, it's good, man. So yeah, we gonna need that. Understandable.
That's a good car payment, though.
Well, at least I got just enough for rent.
$700-800 these days.
Wow, nice place you got here. Just take it, man. Already done. You have a good one. Wow, $10. Oh, come on, what else? Yeah, so you forgot to cancel that subscription with us. But that's gonna make my account negative. So you're gonna have to take that up with your bank. Damn. Oh, at least I got these $50. Man, come on. Yeah, so your account's negative. Mother!
See, and if it's one thing I cannot say, I hate having my money in the bank. I truly do. But nobody wants to cut checks no more. All you get is direct deposit. And I definitely don't have things connected to my account that automatically come out. I don't play those games. I'll go in and I'll pay you. Okay, I think I have one thing that comes out, and that's like a gym membership for like $10. But other than that, don't get in my account grabbing out nothing. I don't do that Apple stuff. I don't do none of that stuff. Don't put your bills on that. Get you a paper bill. Don't do none of that crazy stuff. Anyway, this is crazy. Things seem to be getting worse and worse. I seen the president talking about, oh, we're going to get the electric bill down. The electric should be free anyway. It come from the freaking ground. But y'all want to charge people for stuff instead of let people, do things for free. One day. But until then, get you a side hustle, create you a business, work until you can free yourself from the matrix. And also consumerism, just cut back if you can. I know that we find a lot of joy in spending money, especially like me and my husband loves to eat food out, but I love to cook too. But sometimes you just can't do that extra stuff these days. It's too much going on, and I don't ever see things coming back. But we can pray for a miracle, right? All right, America. Until next time. Ta-ta.